Okay, we just should be live now, as per usual. Post on Twitter, X, whatever it's called now. Doesn't really matter. And post it on LinkedIn as well, in the hope someone join us for a live chat. And let's get straight into it. So as you know, we have a bunch of tools on biomedical.com. Pop the link in the chat. Someone wants to check it out. Not sure how my volume is doing. Yeah, it's a tricky business, volume control. Well, also when I'm looking at it, the volume gets reduced. If I'm talking in front of me, the volume is better. So it should be, yeah, it's currently whatever this -13, -12. Ideally it should be, well, not quite in the red, but yeah, in the -10 or so, I think. Not entirely sure. So we'll try to only stick to a GitHub Copilot today. So it's installed, working okay. It's got the Copilot audio talk, whatever thing is actually not installed. Probably the Copilot. No, sorry, Copilot Chat. Sorry, so we have GitHub Copilot, we have Copilot Chat. They're both working okay. Then we have the voice assistant that I'm still supposedly in a waiting list for, and not entirely sure. Right, I was trying to the pre-release version, but I think both of them don't actually work. Probably don't need it. Or do I? I don't know. But anyway, Copilot Chat works fine. There's obviously a video how to use it, but we'll just try it out ourselves. So previously it was working kind of okay. Doesn't give you as extensive explanations as GPT-4. We can clear it. Yeah, powered by AI, so surprises and mistakes are possible. Make sure to verify generated code. That's okay. Now, yesterday we were trying, so focusing on this too, the IEG spectrum. an IG spectrum denoise. It's a noise removal thing. So obviously the spectrum one is simpler. We have this info for it with all the inputs and outputs. So what happens? Pretty sure I tried it already, but we pop this into the chat. Web application that display the EG recognizing the whole spectrum, blah blah blah, Butterworth alpha. Here's some sample. So we have the app. Now the question, so yes, by matplotlib, we already have it. Okay, it's doing more than we have. It's more comprehensive. The one we currently have doesn't actually, it's not actually doing anything. Interestingly, we have FS. Yeah, that can be 250. Insert add cursor. Okay. Can insert that cursor. That's nice and simple. Window size. Okay, this can be 250. Just play silly. Can just create files. Yes. Signal is not defined. We can just do Copilot. Fix this. Can we just fix this? It's really weird. It's not doing it right because it's importing signal from SciPy. Yeah, we'll do this as we did before. Is that an error? So we have the so it seemed to be getting the context from the folder structure, which is good. Function is generate URL that are included in the generate a JavaScript It looks like the provide code is incomplete. Which code is incomplete? Yeah, we'll just go with the flow for now. Okay, let's open this full page. Yes, we are in the right folder, right file. Actually, want to probably rename this file. Or just leave it. That was a template from somewhere else. Now this has a lot of issues. Why? It's not defined. Power function is empty list. Process data. Power the whole spectrum. Same thing for signal. It's probably an easier way of doing it. We need to add the following line. Is it this one that I already have spectrogram? I also need the signal. Did it actually work? Looks like, not sure why it's in a different color. Would this run? It's asking me to reinstall SciPy. Bash terminal. Not sure about this one. Especially forcing forcing reinstall. Why do I need to force reinstall? It's already installed. Because if all the rest is working, how do I do this? Importing signal. Do I have to upgrade? I don't think there's. I don't think there is an issue with SciPy installation. We are importing SciPy. So do I import it from SciPy signal or just SciPy? And this is odd. Or do I also need to do that? Cannot seem to respond better. Do I have a camera string? Why am I? What? A column. I could not to float. Don't have camera, do I? Camera. Line 20. Right, we need to load the data. It's got nothing to do with camera. Okay, loading the data. We already have that code in another application. Let's see. Loading the data. Okay, we obviously have it in this application. It's not great, it's super slow, it's still loading. and there's all sorts of issues with display, but it's loading that it's able to load the data. Okay, so this will be now. Question is if the Copilot chat has access to all other files. It should. So if I copy path and just tell it to can we load the data in the same way as in yes, you can load that. Is it the text? But that's not how we load the data in that file. So I'm not sure if it has all the content from sorry, did I make a mistake in the folder? No, I didn't. It's the right folder. Do you have access to... No, I don't have access to a local file system. I can only provide suggestions based on the code you provide. So what's the point of... I thought the whole point of using it is that it already has access to all your files. That's a bit odd. So how do I provide it? I mean, can... oh, come on. I was getting the wrong file. Because they all call the same. They all call app.py. Right, so this is the other file. And it would have load the data. It is a text file, but it has to be specifically this one. The other question is, do I need to copy it again into this folder or not? I don't want to. How do I access this folder? So this file will be in data. Yeah, this one. A relative path. It's done over here. This is the relative path. Data file path should be in single quotes, is it? Load text. Would this just work? I don't think so. Data file path. It's a very large This is a very large file. We'll load a small portion of it. Or are we already doing this? Window size is 10 seconds. Yeah, multiplied by sampling frequency, that's correct. And then taking, just want to take one channel. There are 16 channels, but there's a select one channel. Hello, Melon. Yeah, working here again. Thank you for joining in. Eventually the selected channel will be coming from the web application. But currently, are we using? We are not using. Yeah, we do have 16 channels. We want to have selected select one channel, selected channel. Yes, 0 should be fine. Let's make it 1. Right, so now data. Where's that variable? A channel process data. Shouldn't this have data as the input? Where's that function being called? I'll stuff it up, wouldn't I? Process data. Is it Control I? Let's Copilot. Well, you can just search for. No, it was actually doing everything correctly already. Okay. It was already doing this. So it's taking the channel, selected channel. And window size as well. Add data path. Window size. I don't think I need to do this. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, it's doing something. My CPU is running. I can hear the fans, all the 10 fans. Why is it loading for so long? Now it's loading the page again for quite some time. Okay. Ba, 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 ba. Do we already need the WSGI file in here? Where should I be getting my error from? Let's see. So first it's loading for too long. Then I get an error. Okay, slow down. Yeah, GPT-4 was much slower, so you could actually watch it generating text, but this one is much quicker, so I have to slow it down. So there are a few issues. The first is warning message GUI outside the main thread, subplots, function calls in the process. There are functions to fix this. You can add the following line to debugging to beginning of apply. Import matplotlib, already importing it. Okay, to understand what's the difference between when you import something like something from matplotlib, or import the whole matplotlib and then use that, whatever. The line should be added before, so this should be going after the second issue type error that occurs when rendering index HTML template. This error caused by the channel variable not being defined in the apply. To fix this issue, the following line in the beginning of the app to define the channels variable. So we can comment this out, put this one in, and we don't have the data yet because the data is all the way down there. Pretty sure we don't need that code. We need this up top, maybe even outside the Flask application. Okay, so where's the yeah, data shape is there. Still loading forever. Well, because the probably the window of the data is too large. We actually don't want to load the whole file. Why are we loading the whole file? Let's see how we do it over there. Yeah, we're loading only a certain portion of it. Yeah, with white space true, skip rows. That's also handy. And this is because the file actually has a seizure in it. So we, by doing this, we're actually skipping to the seizure. Pum, 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 pum. The difference is that we want only one channel. So we're selecting one channel because we're plotting spectrogram of this channel. So if we plot all the channels in the spectrogram, if it's slow already, yeah, we have to select just one, just work with one channel. So it's essentially should be the same as this. We didn't want to copy the data file again. We got the file correctly. We want to just one channel. Should we just read the one channel to begin with? Oops, what did I do? Guess we need this line for sure, instead of just loading the whole file. What's PD? PD is pandas, isn't it? Yeah. So we'll do the same thing because it just worked before. So we have pandas as PD. We want this to be data. It's a very large file, so we don't want to read the whole file. Now, this should be okay. Number of points to load. Duration to load. So I think in this file we're loading 100 seconds, so then we can scroll through it. Right, and I also remember that sampling frequency is not 250, it's definitely 400. So that's just what the data set is. Skip rows is not defined. Do we actually need those? Right, we use it over here. And we will have a Y and X access to it, but instead of like here where we're loading all the 16 channels, we just want to load one. But those numbers should be legit. We do want those. And we want to create a time array for this will be data. We'll have a time array df, it was df, right? This should be a data as well. Right, do we have something with time? Not just the label. We're not actually using this at the moment. A control I is this. How to use this? The code is part of Flask web application that processes and displays IEG, intracranial electroencephalography, EEG, whatever data. The code reads data from a file, loads the based on start time duration, then the process. Okay, it's not addressing. Code is provided adds new column to the loaded data column, contains the time values. This is done by defining. Okay, that let's pop this in the chat. Close that. So we're not using this for now. Let's try this again. Right, this is loading a bit quicker. I'm still getting an error. There's some variables missing or something. Pandas, something with pandas. I think I know what the problem is, but their message that variable is pandas, not numpy array. Cannot use numpy array indexing. To access column data, you can use the following. What? It's called column data frame. It's called. So what's the problem? I'm not actually using this at the moment. Just comment it out. Still loading for some time. Not as bad. Okay, let's actually. Is it the same error? But the fact that I'm getting 500 for the HTTP tells me there's a missing a bit in here. Their message CSV file, something with the file path. That's what I'm doing already, am I? Data file path. There's obviously a problem with that. To the data file. We need a relative. Any more suggestions? No. It should be something like that. Relative path to. Okay, it's easier to copy the file. And unfortunately, whatever. Yes, this was copied. Do I need the... So after the Flask application, yeah, I need an app, a root index. Do I have it? No. Why am I rendering plot? It should be an index HTML. Okay, it's actually a different error. So probably the data is loading okay. I thought I made it one. This seems wrong anyway. Copilot explain this. Select code plot signals from a pandas matplotlib. Variable partners. Function call creates line plot. First argument of a function call specifies x-axis. That's not the x-axis. Okay, we do the data time. needs to be rewritten. Yeah, it needs to be just saw it a second ago. Data time, data channel. Yeah, that looks more like it. Line 52. Select code return BNA. It's not related to blah blah. The code part of a function that. So which line am I modifying? Can it regenerate? No. I get that. But I meant with the error. Trying to access the first column of the data, but I'm not. Well, not anymore. So why isn't it not getting updated? I don't use select code channel variable that is used to specify the channel to plot. Suppose signify the channel variable is an integer, blah blah, content signal. The plot signal function to extract the signal data from a specified channel. What is it talking about? There's no. It's like getting it to clear the chat or something. Not using getLog. Don't get it. You should check the code that is calling getLog method and make sure that the key being passed is valid. Yeah, we have panda SPD. I'm asking for like a more specific. Don't get it. Just to fix this. Windows has not access. Okay, we're not having a great time. Why did it? Code is unreachable. Because the return is there. Of course, code is unreachable. Copilot, explain this. This problem first. It's the default value.